So, we're here with
Liam from the Socialist Workers' Party.
Yeah. And today we're asking you why the Gala, Durham Miners Gala we're at right now, is so important to you as a socialist.
Well, I've been coming to the Gala since 2017, and I was pulled in by the Corbyn, and seeing a new world is possible from Corbyn. So I came to the Gala, and the Corbyn wave was dipping, but I was introduced to so many other things: revolutionary parties, trade unions, all these different movements, and the Gala brings us all together. It's called the Big Meet for a reason, because it's where we all come to meet, discuss ideas, and talk about how we can change the world. And it's been going on for over 100 years. It's one of the best traditions of the working class. And actually, often we're accused of not having traditions. Oh, it's rip statues down. But actually, we have our own traditions, workers' traditions, and that's what the Gala is: a true working class tradition.
Yeah. Very good. And how does your group, the Socialist Workers' Party, differ from the other groups here?
Well, I think we differ from the other groups in that we sort of, it's a lot of theoretical stuff, but we sort of took a very hard position against, the Eastern Bloc, the Soviet Union, and that's significant, especially at the Gala, because the Gala was often occupied by lots of people in the Communist Party, lots of Stalinists, and we really put forward a challenge to that perspective of, the Soviet Union was a socialist country, that it was, some sort of haven. Actually, we said it was a pretty terrible place to be. It was state capitalist. It wasn't what we thought socialism should be. So we come along to give our perspective about what socialism should be, and what we think is that it's socialism from below, workers-led, not led by bureaucracies, not socialism brought about by tanks, socialism brought about through revolution and workers.
What do you think it will take to achieve socialism in your lifetime?
I think we've come at the perfect time, because at the minute we've got a massive strike wave, and actually, the first step in the revolution is the general strike, isn't it? You start seeing those mass workers' movements, those Soviets forming, people coming together. That's it's like Lenin said, a revolution was a festival of the oppressed. And when you look around the Gala, you see workers, all the different campaigns, refugees, trans rights, LGSM. You see the oppressed coming together, uniting, and you see this festival atmosphere. So I think more of this, more solidarity, more strikes, longer strikes, harder strikes, more militant strikes. That will bring us closer and closer to workers realising their power. And when workers realise what power they have, workers' power, it's no longer a question of if, it's a question of when we get workers' power, I think.
When do you feel was the best chance for a revolution in recent history?
Well, I'd say right now, probably. It's like growing up. I grew up to the backdrop of the Iraq War, and things seemed pretty grim. New Labour, Tony Blair, it seemed like there was no chance to fight back. And actually, I remember, socialism was a dirty word in those days, but it's come back, and we've got it's bigger than ever, I would think. As I said at the start, after Corbyn, people became interested in socialism again, in left-wing politics again, and now we've got more revolutionaries than ever. We've got a strike wave which has shown people that the working class is well and truly back. It's not just something from the past, working class war. It's real, it's here now, and actually we've seen one of the biggest strike waves in decades. I saw in The Guardian more strike days lost over the past year than since the days of Thatcher, right? So that's nothing, not only my generation and people my age, but people 30, 40, even they haven't seen anything as big as this before. So actually this is the closest we've come since the miners' strike to a mass workers' movement. The thing is, this time we've got to make sure that we win, and actually I think we will win this time.
Very good. Can I just ask, do you come from a heritage, a family of socialists? Or
no, not really. I actually come from a slightly middle class family. Some of my family are workers. Some of them were sort of managers and stuff. So there's always been a bit of a class divide there. But it's about whose side are you on? And quite early on in my life, I made the decision. I looked at the way the world was, what was rising, where the power was, and I thought, I'm going to make a choice. I'm on the side of the workers, and regardless of what anyone else says, that's where I'm always going to be, on the side of the workers, and I'll make sure that my family, as I go on, keep on the side of the workers.